One video certainly wasn't enough to cover all the details. This is The Empire Were the Good Guys in Star Wars Part 2, as depicted in the original trilogy. While the Rebels are the clear villains of the Star Wars universe, there are some lesser villains, namely the Jawas. These opportunistic thieves embody everything that is evil. They have glowing eyes, and they don't speak English. Hey Jawas, this is Tatooine. We speak English here. Love it or leave it. Fellow non-English speakers include the mentally deranged, persistently pantsless, and perverted Chewbacca. So even though Imperial stormtroopers kill some Jawas in a precise manner as described by the mentally deranged Obi-Wan Kenobi,
too accurate for sand people. Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
It is by no means evil that the stormtroopers did this. Reputable news sources, Fox News and Breitbart, are very clear that it is okay for the government to indiscriminately kill anyone that does not speak English, lives in the desert, or wears any form of ritual head covering or headscarf. Shifting gears, Han Solo is the true epitome of evil. He is a downright dirty bully. While Obi-Wan does do many despicable acts, he does nothing to deserve being talked to and criticized for not knowing about the Millennium Falcon.
Fast ship. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's a ship that made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
Han's lack of manners extends even further. He goes out of his way to step on Jabba the Hutt.
Get boarded sometimes. You think I had a choice?
And he insults Chewie for the most mundane of things.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Get in there, you big dirty-o! I don't care what you smell!
While never mentioning how the guy is dropping dong all day, every day. If Han Solo's verbal abuse is not enough to convince you that he is evil, he is a blatant animal abuser. When he finds Luke on Hoth, he kills a tauntaun and puts Luke inside to keep him warm.
Hang on, kid.
This may smell bad, kid. But it'll keep you warm.
While animal hides are great sources of warmth, they are only effective when dried. Han merely kills this animal to stuff Luke inside and have the moisture of the dearly departed and innocent tauntaun only magnify the effects of the blistering cold. It is baffling that the deranged horde of morons like the Rebel Alliance values the strategic leadership of a man that can't remember to bring a coat when rescuing somebody from the cold. Like, seriously, how does he become a general?
General Solo, is your strike team assembled?
While on the subject of Hoth and animal abuse, Luke is very rude to Hoth wildlife. It is generally good decorum to feed something that is hungry, not cut off its arm and kill it. The Empire, on the other hand, is incredibly respectful of animals and wildlife. When one of the perverted and perpetually pantsless Ewoks steals a speeder bike and, in essence, rubs his bare scrotum on the seat of the speeder bike, the pursuing stormtroopers avoid hitting the thieving sexual deviant and purposely shoot at their own stolen bike. But the true extent of the Empire-respecting nature is the creature in the garbage compactor in the first Death Star. Now let's think this through. The Death Star is in space, so obviously the creature was not found where the Death Star was being built, so the creature was brought on board. Since the Death Star is populated, it is quite obvious that the compactors are used quite often. But because the Empire is so merciful and loving of all creatures, this creature was given sanctuary in the compactor until it could be taken to a more natural habitat to live. It isn't until the compactor is invaded by the treacherous Luke, Leia, and Han Solo that the Empire has to make the difficult decision to sacrifice this creature to put an end to the violent trespassers. Continuing on with the vile nature of the rebellion, on the forest moon of Endor, where Leia is supposed to be leading a strike team to destroy the shield generator, she is seen slacking off and taking a nap in the woods. Sitting around being a backseat driver in a shuttle must be pretty tiring.
Hey, you awake?
Yeah, I just got a funny feeling, like I'm not gonna see her again.
Come on, General. Let's move.
Right.
Shortly after being awoken by an Ewok, she encounters two stormtroopers and engages in numerous punishable offenses: resisting arrest, assault on a keeper of the peace, and damaging government property. She then continues to shirk her responsibilities by partying with the Ewoks, which, by the way, she does this while wearing a dress made by the Ewoks. So she obviously lets these creatures make her a dress. She then eats their food and still continues on with her part of the plan that will lead to the destruction of the Death Star, that will rain debris on the Ewoks, that will poison their ecosystem, and lead to their eventual demise. So as the video concludes, I want to literally wash away the notion that the Empire is evil. The Empire is incredibly hygienic. Literally, everything involved with the Empire is incredibly clean. A vile and power-hungry Empire would be too busy conquering to keep up with such petty things as cleanliness. In fact, the Empire hates dirt and filth so much that their insults are based entirely around dirt and filth.
We don't need that scum. You rebel scum.
As the saying goes, cleanliness is next to godliness. So based on how the Jedi live,
You will be. You will be.
and the Empire lives, you can clearly see who the true good guys are.